some firearms training, and some survival and bushcraft. I've
Is
also been
uh,
helping people get started out into the survival by helping them build their bug out bags and getting prepared. Like I do a lot of doomsday prepping too, so like I'm stocking my winter camp of supplies right now too, and just getting a lot of stuff ready for this winter, and busy training and teaching people.
one of the things we haven't talked about yet is we were going to talk about militias. Because I know with a lot of people, when we talk about survival, the first things that come to mind are militias and sovereign citizenship or sovereign citizens and things like that. What, when you brought that up to me, why did you bring it up?
I just think it's a good topic. Kind of want to give you all a perspective of my experience. I was a member of one in Kansas when I was up there last summer, and then I was a member as soon as I got back to Missouri of one down here. And I want to talk about options and what they're really about from my personal experiences before anybody ever wants to join one.
Why would you want to join one?
Well, I wanted to join one because I wanted to share, similar ideas with people, and also learn more from each other. And I thought it'd be good to be in a good prepping community where people come together. And I found out the other way, it's not all cracked up to be what you think it is. The guy that ran the Kansas one, I found out he was a convicted child molester. So, and he was also very demanding, and would, blow up my phone all the time, always wanting something and this and that. And, and these groups, even with the one I joined in Missouri, they want you to drop your personal life for their cause, and it just got to be too much of a headache. And then there's a lot of members that would just argue and fight, because when you get in these militias, everybody has their own point of views. Everybody's got their own agenda. Only three different type of people join militias. One, you've got your patriot type people that are, good, hardworking citizens, are they either ex-military, law enforcement, or they're just regular citizens that want to serve a cause. Two, you've got your people that just want to join for the training and, as a social group. They want to socialize. It's something for them to do. And then three, you've got your hardcore anarchists, anti-government ones. And the anti-government ones, those are the bad ones. Those are the ones that's made modern militias look bad, because that's why any militia group is actually under the radar of the FBI. The feds cannot stand militias because it's those one bad groups that has made them look bad for everybody. So I've just learned with all that it's just not a good idea. Like, I totally support the 3% movement, but I do it my own way now. I just found my own way of doing my own thing. I'm like, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, get it with train with people you trust, so like a handful of friends, some family members, keep it small, don't post, stuff on Facebook about, you're got a little army and all this stuff, because, 1 out of 10 militias, you got feds are monitoring your page, and they're because I talked to a guy that was in Kansas, not the group I was with, but he told me that the feds had followed him to a family picnic, and they busted him.
What they busting for?
Because he was on a right-wing extremist.
Oh. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to, again, people, don't post stuff on Facebook you don't want to get arrested for. It's that simple. It's not hard. I mean, let's be honest. And don't post stuff on Facebook that you don't want to come back and bite you in the butt. That's Denise's lesson for the day. That's it. Just don't do it. Makes it easy, and go from there. If I'm looking at a militia, I mean, I'm not going to go out and join a militia. Okay, we're going to say that right now. I'm not involved. I have nothing to do with that. Are some of the militias? Are they people out there that are going, I'm a sovereign citizen, I don't have to follow the rules of this country? Or are they more anarchist?
When you get in these groups, you're gonna meet a little bit of both, honestly, and it's one vicious circle. I regret ever getting involved with them, and I got out when I did because they all are kind of cutthroats, honestly, and you always got these ones they think they know more than you and all this stuff, and it's like it's hard to find the right group that they can all agree and actually work together. So that was another reason why I left. This last one, the Missouri one, that was the worst one, honestly. Like, they had all this stuff that you communicated with, like several different pages on Facebook and several different chat things you went through, and then they had this walkie-talkie app program on your phone where they talked like twice a week, and I was like, gosh, I ain't got time for all this, And they wanted me to train their members in bushcraft and survival. I was all for it and stuff, but when it came down to it, anybody in my area, they called this down here Greene County, Christian County, Missouri, was Region 3. None of the members wanted to do anything. They were lazy. So I got out and I'm like, well, nobody wants to train and get together. Why am I in this group? So I left.
Well, I'm going to say I think I'm really glad that you're not involved in that anymore. It doesn't sound like it's a good deal for you. Great deal for them. No. Not a good deal for you. And probably not the best deal for your daughter.
No, she wasn't included in any of that.
I know, but it was taking your time away from her.
Right.
So, just observation.
Right. It got to be more of a headache than anything, and I didn't have time to deal with the crap that they, and I wasn't going to drop my personal life. And I'm like, you know what? I got my own survival business. I don't need this. I've got better things to do with my time. I've got a daughter to raise, But like I said, they're demanding. They want you to do whatever they want for their cause. And then I just advise people, it's not worth it.
Well, like I said, I'm glad you're out of that, and glad for your daughter that you got time to take her to do what she wants you to do, which is taking her camping and doing the things that she wants to do. So, exactly. If people wanted to find you, how would they find you?
Like contact me?
Yep.
Well, I have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/the Ozark Bushman. And if they want to get on there, I have several pictures, several videos. They can message me on there. And if they have any questions, they can, message me or post on my wall, anything. And we can go from there.
And if you can't find him and you have a question for him, just let me know, and I will make sure it gets to him. And I'm not afraid to answer the question either, because most likely I could know the answer, because I do know quite a bit about surviving. I have made it this long, and I'm not dead. But I am in a nice toasty warm house, and I plan on staying there. I don't plan on going out and needing a bug out bag or anything to keep me warm in my car in the next few hours. So, but I am going to take your advice, and I will make sure that I have some stuff in my car just in case I get stranded somewhere between here and Overland Park, and there happens to not be anyone around. I mean, there have been times where I've had to go to the hospital at 11 o'clock at night, and you don't see anybody on the road for at least, there's been a couple times where you haven't seen anybody for a good 8-10 miles. So it could be a little while. I don't think I'd have to have anything to eat, but might need something to keep me warm. Things like that. I do have a question. This is going to be important. Say I have my cell phone. Is there a good way to charge a cell phone if you don't have electricity?
A way to charge it?
Yeah. I mean, I know that you can get a solar-powered charger if you had to. If you're going to be out in the boonies for any length of time, you know that you can get a solar-powered one. But is there anything that you could think of?
Denise cannot live without her phone.
Yes, I can. But there are
most people can't these days.
This is a very serious question.
No, I mean, people think that's the first thing they think of is like, I got to call for help, and their phone is dead because they've been playing on it for 6 hours.
That's you.
Well, if it's dead, I mean, you're pretty much out of luck. But I do know how to start a fire with a wire and a battery of a cell phone. But from going back to your question, there's no thing that I think is primitive that you can actually charge a battery up with. But what you can do is they make these little portable battery pack. They're like portable chargers.
Oh yeah, I got
can charge
15 of them.
Yeah, I'd like, if you're going to go on a long trip, charge a couple of them up and then put them in your bag, so that if you do your phone does go dead, and you're stranded on the side of the road or you're lost in the woods or something, then you can plug that into that thing, and then you can charge your phone.
Do you know some of those actually have flashlights attached to them?
Oh, really? I
have 2 that have flashlights on them.
That's a smart thing.
And when I was in the hospital, I never plugged my phone in the whole time. That's what I used with my little charging packs the whole time, because I couldn't get out of bed. So it was easier just to charge my phone from a battery pack than it was the other way. So, and for people out there, if you're listening to this, those battery packs, those chargers, you can get them for $5 at Walmart, and it will charge your phone. Let's see, I have an S9. It'll charge my phone twice. So that's important to me. So, and you can also use it on paranormal investigations because the ghosts like them, because they like to drain the power out of stuff, and they can drain the power out of those instead of your phone. There you go. So
it works both ways.
Yep. I want to thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have to do this again sometime. And
most definitely.
Actually, sometime I would like to talk to you some more about your paranormal stuff out there in Springfield, maybe sometime when we come down. And
okay.
Like I said, we come down quite often. Not this year. This year we haven't come down at all. But I'd like to thank you so much for being on. Next week, my guest is Rick Rose. It'll be his 4th time on my show. I haven't talked to him in well over a year and a half that I can think of. It might even have been longer than that. But I heard that he was very, very upset that I was sick. So when I contacted him, he was excited to talk to me. So I want you guys to be prepared for...
Found out you're still alive.
Yeah, he found out I'm still alive. So we're going to be talking to Rick Rose. And just so you guys know, he's a special guest. He was my very first guest ever on the Paranormal Pride. So he's very special. So you guys come check us out next week. And we'll be talking about all things paranormal with Rick. And just remember, I'm going to be here. If you have a question, I'm going to ask it, and you're going to get an answer. So you guys come on back. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. Good night from the Paranormal Pride. Have a great night.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting. The best in paranormal talk radio.